Good afternoon. I'm David Myers. I'm your instructor for Introduction to Ethics, and welcome. I'd like to go over the material with you to let you know what my expectations are and to just get some housekeeping stuff out of the way. If you have found this video, obviously you were able to find the links within D2L. The first thing I'd like to say is read D2L in its entirety, because if you do, it will answer 99.9% of all of your questions. That being said, you may find a mistake. If you do, let me know and I'll correct it as quickly as possible. This is the second time I've had to shoot this video because I found so many mistakes with the syllabus before um, that I needed to redo parts of the syllabus, and then I needed to remake the video. So the first thing is welcome. This is an OER course, Open Educational Resources. It's the first time we've ever done anything like this, and wow, the camera just keeps changing sizes. Sorry, you're going to get dizzy. But there's no textbook for you to purchase. Now, I have done quite a bit to make this a little bit easier for you. For instance, if you go to table of contents, click it, and when you do that, you'll see instructors' expectations and course overview video. It's here. It's also on the front page under news, and the syllabus and schedule. So I want you to click the syllabus and schedule, and your syllabus should pop up. I'm waiting for it to pop up, and there it is. Boilerplate, 21 August through 13 October. I'm your instructor, David Myers. My phone number is listed there, and that is so that if you have questions or concerns, you can call me. Please don't hesitate. Call me, beep me if you want to reach me. That's the great Kim Possible. But, uh, I answer texts. I don't really have a beeper. I haven't had a beeper in a decade. But I do answer texts and that phone number, and my email address is also listed. All right, course description, you can read that. Prerequisites, none. Um, let's just go straight to methods to assess competence. There are only 4 methods that I use that will be graded. First is required reading. At the end of the course, you will submit a file, and if you don't submit a file, you lose 10 points automatically. And there's always at least one student that doesn't submit a file. But at any rate, it's simple, and just drop it in the Dropbox. It should say, I, your name, have completed 100, 20, whatever percentage of the reading you've completed. If you have completed 20% of the reading, you'll get 2 points. If you've completed 100% of the reading, you'll get 10 points. And so it's pretty easy, and it's an entire letter grade. So don't forget to turn it in. There are exams. This course is broken up into 3 sections, chapters 1 through 6, 7 through 13, and 14 through 17. And so each section is going to have an exam. I have not yet completed all the exams. I will. But each one is worth 10 points. So it's worth a total of 30% of your total grade are exams. I did it again. I have a writing project. There is no writing project due. I'll have to correct that in the syllabus. It is topics worth investigating, and we'll talk more about that, and discussion boards. Those are the only methods that I use to assess competence. And we'll talk more about each of those in a few moments. Required course materials. The textbook is provided for you. It's free of charge. It's Introduction to Ethical Studies by Lee Archie and John G. Archie. Now, if you click under textbook chapters, you'll have your choice. First of all, the first one is the entire textbook. You may read that on any reader that your Kindle, your phone, your pad, your desktop, whatever. You can use it without printing anything out. Or I've given you the option of printing individual chapters. And however you wish to do it, there's no cost to you. This is, as I said, kind of a very new thing. I don't know if we're going to continue it, or let's see how it goes. I need you to shoot me lots of input so that we can make the course better over the long haul. Again, textbook chapters. There are no proctors required for the exams. You can use the textbook. You may not use your notes or anything else, and you may not simply print out the practice exams. So, course assignments, reading 10%. See the schedule for what needs to be read. This course relies heavily on, well, that's in class, but you will still have discussion boards, and you can't discuss the material if you haven't done the reading. And anyway, it's worth 10%. The discussions, you're going to make one original posting per section. So it's not per chapter, it's per section. So say something in chapter 3 jumps out at you. You're going to make a post about that. It needs to be well thought out, a complete thought, intelligent, and something that will be stimulating for the rest of the class. You're going to make one posting and 2 responses to other people's postings. And then you are responsible to read each and every post. That will be worth 4 of the 10 points. Students will always say, well, what did I do? You didn't read. And I can tell what you've read and what you haven't. And so, yes, I'm Karnak the Magnificent. No, D2L set up so that I can see everything that you've read. And so if you say, well, I did read it, I can see whether you have or not. So those are the discussions. Exams. There are 3 exams. You will have Monday through Monday for exams 1 and 2, and Monday through Friday for exam 3. Exam 1 is chapters 1 through 6, exam 2, 7 through 13, and 3, 14 through 17. When we talk about the actual schedule, I'll give you the dates for that. There are 27 chapters in the text. We are only going to cover parts 1 through 3. And then the other thing I use is to measure competence is topics worth investigating. You will choose 1 question per chapter, and you will write, well, you're going to have to answer the question. And for instance, there are 6 chapters in section 1, so you're going to write at least 6 pages, double spaced, of the material from those chapters. The section 1 is the nature of ethical inquiry. We would call that epistemology. But at any rate, you're going to have to do that. Choose 1 question per chapter. Now, chapters 7 and sections 2 has section 7, and there are no questions in section 7. And section 3 has 14, and 14 has no questions. So for section 3, there are 3 questions to answer. For section 2, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions to answer and 6 questions to answer in section 1. I don't require a term paper any longer. This is in lieu of a term paper. So you're going to need to, answer these questions completely. 1 sentence answers will get you 0 points. Each should be about a page, double spaced. And, do the very best work that you can. Class schedule. The first exam will open on the 4th of September through the 11th of September. It will cover chapters 1 through 6. 18 through 25 September is examination 2, and the third is 2 through 9 October. So on 11 September, you will have read chapters 1 through 6. You've done chapters 1 through 6 topics worth investigating. And the discussions will be complete by the 11th of September. By the 25th of September, you will have finished reading chapters 7 through 13. You will have done topics worth investigating, chapter 8 through 13. And on the 9th of October, you will have 14 through 17 read, and chapters 15, 16, and 17 topics worth investigating. By the 11th of October, you will have submitted your reading report. Get that in as soon as you have completed all the assigned reading, which would be chapters 1 through 17. That is everything that should be covering this course. Now, I need you to go online, look D2L over completely, get my number, mark it down, and if D2L hasn't answered all your questions, give me a call. The other thing that I would say, if you find a mistake in the syllabus, if something really works well for you, if something doesn't work well for you, contact me. Shoot me an email. We want to make this course absolutely perfect. But again, 4 areas: required reading, exams, writing project, and discussion boards. All the dates are there. If you go to the table of contents section, you will find everything. For instance, this video, the syllabus. You will find the instructions for examinations, instructions for topics worth investigating, instructions for discussion board, instructions for required reading. You'll find the textbook chapters. You will find lectures and videos. I have not completed the course lectures yet, but I will. You need to check your email daily, and I will post updates. But each chapter, I haven't decided if I'm going to do sections or chapters, but I'll do a video where I discuss, the readings, and I'll discuss different elements of ethics. Basically, it's the lecture that you would get if you were attending this class live. So that being said, I think I have covered everything in the discussion boards. Have a great and productive semester. Check your email and keep up with your reading. Bye-bye.